G'day, you bloody legends, and welcome back to the channel. I'm your movie mate, and today we're going to review episode 6, the final episode of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. So, yeah, once again, another great episode. Obviously, not as action packed and stuff as the last few episodes, but just a really nice wrap up of the story and the characters that we've gotten to know in this short season that we've had. Really love the start of it where we had Lionel and Dunk under the tree, and just Lionel being Lionel. But I do really like that we saw the bond that they've created. As Lionel calls him, he's either going to be a brother that he loves or he hates. So that's really nice to see, and it's good that even though it didn't go to plan necessarily in the Trial of the Seven, it is nice to see that there is people that do respect Dunk and want to take him under their wing, basically. So Lionel does offer to, for him to come back to his place, his land, and basically be brothers in arms, be knights together. But yeah, obviously Dunk doesn't choose to go down that path. I loved the scene too with the Fossaway kid. I can't remember his name. Raymond, I think Raymond Fossaway, something like that. That sounds right. Anyway, the green apple kid, who looks like he's going to be a dad, or is he? Might be getting scammed there. But yeah, really love their little relationship. The moment where they have, the awkward hug and all that, really shows the brotherhood that they're creating as well. And then we obviously have Makor and Dunk, a really cool scene where we sort of see the regrets that they both have and the guilt that they both have about potentially being the reason why Baelor is no longer, with them. Really enjoyed that scene. Obviously, Makor gives the offer to Dunk to be, the knight to Egg to squire for him as a knight, but he wants him to do it basically under his rule, which Dunk isn't interested in. And then, basically, so then it's wrapped up with Dunk, having a couple of moments where he, especially there's a really good one, I can't remember the name of him, but the older brother of Egg, not the dickhead one, where he basically says, like, paints the picture of like what Egg's going to turn out to be like potentially if Dunk doesn't take on that responsibility, which then Dunk does propose to basically take Egg, raise Egg, but on his own terms as a hedge knight, which doesn't go down well with Mika. He doesn't want his son sleeping in ditches and eating crappy food and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, that was really cool. I really like how that all unfolded. And I feel like I'm missing a scene. Oh yeah, there was some good stuff. Like we had Baelor's funeral, which was nice, and then Dunk's got to speak with his son a little bit. And I like the part where Egg actually walks into Arion's bedchamber when he's healing from the fight, and he has a knife in his hand. He shows some good emotion. He clearly wants to do something, but yeah, his dad's there, and almost the voice of reason without speaking a word, and he doesn't obviously follow through with that. It was very short. I think it might have been the shortest episode of the season, but it's a really nice wrap up. Again, everything stood out to me that has stood out to me in previous episodes. This one, again, one of the standouts was the music. Just the way they wrap it up, it has like a nice feel to it where you feel like the story's come to an end, but they are going to continue on a journey, and it's going to be interesting to see how that works, and hopefully we get to see some of these characters again. Like I would love to see Lionel more and Raymond. Like I'd love to see their relationship with Dunk, form over the years, and hopefully they really are brothers as they said they would be. Nice couple little moments of flashbacks. Obviously we got the answer, was Dunk actually knighted, and I think the answer is very clear now. No, he wasn't. He even has a line about being a fraud. That's going to be really interesting to see how that unfolds. Obviously he's going to live like a knight with those beliefs and values, but does he actually officially ever become a knight? That'll be interesting to see what happens. Really good final episode. Obviously not the tippy top of the season. I would probably give this a 7.5 to an 8 out of a 10. Like I think for what it is, It's a really nice wrap-up episode. It answers most of our questions, wraps up most of the storylines, shows the journey that we've been on with these characters and the supporting characters, and leaves you wanting more and sets up some things for the future. So that's really interesting. So yeah, I'd probably say 7.5 is probably a fair rating for it, which is probably what I'd give the season overall, probably 7.5. We had some highs where we got into the 8s, 8.5s, and then we had some that were, I think the lowest I'd given was a 7, which I think is fair. So I'd probably, split down the middle, 7.5. I'd probably lean closer to an 8 if I had to, pick a rounded number, a 7 or an 8. I'd probably go more towards the 8. But I'll say a 7.5 overall for this show, which I think by today's standards is a really solid show. Obviously only 30-minute episodes, 6 episodes. There's not a lot to chew on compared to some other shows, but I really enjoyed it. First steps into this Game of Thrones world. So I'm very interested to find out more. I really want to watch more of the shows. I'll delve into what I can of the books. Some of them are huge, so we'll see how we go there. But I don't know if I want to spoil myself. So I think what I'll do is, I know this, Night of Seven Kingdoms is a novel, but I know this season was based on one of the novellas within that novel. So I think I might just read that novella and stop there, and then wait for the next shows and watch the show and then read the book again. I know some people like to do it the other way around. Some people want to know everything. I like to experience things. I'd rather experience, go on the ride week to week and feel the emotion of it, because I think nothing brings out emotions for me, at least more than, the medium of TV or film. I do like a good read. I do like that, but I think I can hold off if they're just novellas. So I think I might read A Hedge Knight, and I'll probably put a review up on the channel for that as well. So that'll be one of the next videos I do. I'll probably do a season review, overall season, even though I touched on a little bit in this. I think I might just do a separate one where I sort of, maybe go episode by episode, sort of look at the story as a whole now, and the arc that we have and the structure of it, the acts that, it's basically a 3-act story. Like, I could see a lot of the hero's journey, and even in this episode, I could see some of that. So I think, I'll do next up on the channel after this. I'll probably end up doing the season as a whole review, and then a review of the novella A Hedge Knight, which this season was based on. And I'll definitely be doing some more reading beyond that, and obviously, checking out some of these other shows. We just had a trailer for House of the Dragon season 3. Obviously, I didn't bother watching that because I haven't seen season 1 and 2, but that's something I definitely want to potentially cover on this channel as well. Same with Game of Thrones. They're obviously much bigger seasons, much bigger commitments, but if there's the appetite for it, I'm definitely willing to do it. So if you are interested in seeing more, please subscribe, like this video, comment. I'm really here to build a community and make some movie mates, and get nerdy with all this stuff, and get more knowledge for myself as well. So if you have any knowledge to share, or just your thoughts on this episode or the season as a whole, then please comment that below. I would love to see you in there and have a chat, and like I said, make some movie mates, and continue on this journey into the Game of Thrones world. And I can't wait for season 2. I've heard it's only maybe a year away, which is awesome. I'd love if they could do these once a year. But in the meantime, obviously, I've got all these other ones to watch as well. So hope to see you there. All right, hooroo.